I am a United States sailor. I went to college after high school and realized very quickly that it wasn't for me. Started trying to find other options and then ended up going in the military, and it was probably the best choice I ever made. First part of boot camp is probably I wouldn't say scariest, but it's just a shell shock going from 18 years old, not knowing what you're in store for, staying at home with mommy and daddy. You get there, you're thrown in the mix, and you have to learn to live on your own, and at first with a bunch of people. As you go along, it gets easier, it gets easier, it gets easier. It sucks, but it gets easier. Did 2 deployments, both overseas in Central America, or in Panama area, seizing a bunch of cocaine from people coming from Colombia into Panama to eventually work its way up to the US through Mexico. Second deployment was our biggest bust. We got over $340 million worth of cocaine off, I guess you can say, the streets. The rest of the time I was stationed in San Diego and Chicago. San Diego for about 5 years, Chicago for about a year total, and then made the decision after getting into 2 bike accidents that I wasn't able to physically, I could physically keep up with it, but it'd be better for me to physically wise to get out and start a career doing something that I actually wanted to do. Don't get me wrong, the military was good, but it's not what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So ended up started going to school now. Met this girl. Me and the girl have a baby, and he was born February 13th, 2018, so fairly recent. He's the coolest thing ever though, man. His name's Jax. Navy was the best experience for me. Maybe not so much at first, because like I said previously, it was rough in the beginning. Just trying to get adjusted to things, the whole different change of the lifestyle, but that lifestyle is what made me who I am today. It built me up to the man who I am today. I was a gas turbine systems mechanic, GSM for short. So I worked on the gas turbines that moved the boat. It's basically the same thing. If you look outside, if you're ever flying on an airplane, for example, and you look outside the wing, you see those big giant circle engines. Same exact thing, just modified to move a boat. So there's that, plus everything that deals with propulsion of the boat. So all types of oil that is needed on the boat, all the types of oil pumps, all the type of fuel pumps, all the type of fuel purifiers, oil purifiers, the giant main reduction gear system. So basically the MRG for short, what the MRG does, it's the single most expensive thing on the boat. The one on my first boat cost about I think it was $400 million is the first one, I think. Don't quote me on that, but it's really expensive. So what it does is takes the energy from the gas turbine itself and reduces the energy down to a single shaft to move the boat. That's that in a nutshell. The last couple of years I worked with specifically fuel, testing the fuel, making sure the fuel was good to go into the engines, so we're not running bad fuel. Taking on fuel from a different boat. We refueled helicopters, taking on JP5, which is the specific fuel that helicopters and all the airplanes use. There's really no way to explain it without living it yourself. I'm proud to call myself a United States sailor, and I'm proud to represent the fighting spirit of the Navy and those who have gone before me to defend freedom and democracy around the world.